Here's how to win in life. One day or another during our life, we are confronted with external questions and with questioning. The trials, the unfortunate events, the various irritants that arise on our journey have a great influence on our progress. How to find happiness despite the problems, how to be happy in life. Some human beings have a predisposition to happiness. Others will need psychological support of medical assistance during depression, for example. Life is far from being a long, quiet river, to say the less. There are ups and downs, and you never know what you're going to fall into, but that's also the magic of life. Fortunately, there are some other life tips that can really help us overcome some challenges. I picked out the 19 best life tips for you. Enjoy. Before we get started though, please let me know what you love about life in the comments below. Hit the like button, sub button, bell button. Number 1, forget the past. Living in the moment. At the risk of being saturated by this concept, it's nevertheless more than prescient advice. We cannot change anything from the past, which is often punctuated by unfortunate events that we regret. Ruminating on these thoughts prevents us from living sincerely and positively. As for the future, we do not know anything about it. We cannot guarantee it. Living fully in the present moment by accomplishing all the related tasks allows us to appreciate life and the riches it offers us. Number 2, believe in yourself. It's not easy to stop seeking the approval of others and trusting your own beliefs. We want to satisfy everybody for a need and for a fear of love and rejection. Self-confidence takes patience and self-indulgence, but when it's achieved, it becomes invaluable force in being able to face life in a positive way. Number 3, appreciate what life offers us. Nothing is perfect. We all know that. It's beneficial to learn to take advantage of every little moment, to savor every moment. People who have gone through difficult times opt for this fresh outlook on life. When we have feared losing everything, then the details take all of their importance. If we are really sick, if our relations with our loved ones are harmonious, and it satisfies us with work, we are privileged. Number 4, forgive. Learning to forgive is an act that frees us from negative feelings that can contaminate our life. Of course, it's not about condoning wrongdoing, but better understanding it. All the energy expanding on the feeling of our resentment towards those who have hurt us is real poison to the soul. To forgive is to realize that we are all human beings. Number 5, use your talents. The right amount of ambition in order to become successful is overwhelmingly positive because the feeling of accomplishment is truly satisfying. Harnessing our talents in order to create, it becomes a gift to ourselves, a gift that we could share with others. 6, help others while preserving oneself. It is very rewarding to listen to others, to provide them with support and empathy. However, it is essential to protect yourself against the aggressiveness and negativity of the person in distress. If we become receptive for negative emotions and frustrations of others, we risk carrying the heaviness within us. This is often the case for professionals in helping relationships who are exposed to this kind of situation. If they don't preserve themselves, they eventually face depression. You have to learn to be empathetic, to listen while understanding that the other person's problems are theirs, and that is theirs to deal with. Number 7, bring a positive outlook to others. We can always improve our relationships with those around us, family members and friends, accepting them as they are and appreciating their qualities rather than empathizing their faults. 8, laugh. When we were all children, all occasions were good for a laugh. Adult life and share of its stress prevent us today from laughing and even sometimes from smiling. Several studies demonstrate the beneficial effects of laughter in chasing negative thoughts and countering the consequences of stress. Unlike anxiety, which accelerates the heart rate, laughter triggers more respiratory exchanges, facilitating better oxygenation of the blood. When we are stressed, our muscles are tense. Laughter causes muscle relaxation in the body as a whole. Researchers seem to say that the giggle is equivalent to 10 minutes of complete relaxation. Number 9, give. Give without counting. Volunteering your time, attention, and affection is good. Helping your neighbor without waiting for the return, without calculating, doing it for free, with the feeling of having done a duty brings intense satisfaction. Many volunteers say that they're happy to bring some happiness to others through the sheer pleasure of helping others. Isn't that what life really means? Some experts even say that turning more to others in some cases ward off depression. So when we give it to the next, we think that a little less about our own misfortune and when we would find meaning in our life. Number 10, request psychological support. Some people, despite the difference of efforts made, such as physical activities, different methods of relaxation and emotional control, do not manage to live in a positive way. They must then have recourse for external support in the form of behavioral, analytical, or cognitive psychotherapies. For deep depression, this support will often have to be accompanied by drug treatment or antidepressants. Number 11, throw away, sell, or donate anything you don't need. Spot what you don't need and no longer need. If there's one thing that can immediately relieve your anxieties, it is keeping only the items that are useful to which you are attached for the right reasons. Number 12, be organized in all areas of life. Store your papers and files and file your invoices as soon as they are received. Arrange the clothes that they're easily accessible, and keep everyday essentials where they're easy to find. So no more time wasting digging around trying to remember where to put this stuff that we only use it once every 2 weeks, but when we really need it right now. Number 13, consume only what you need, which brings us to the other aspect, more difficult to adopt, the idea of getting rid of everything that is not useful to us. Do not fill this void with new purchases. Buy only the foods that you're going to eat, and carefully select the clothes and other items you purchase. Are you really going to use them? Do you really want them, or is this just a passive craving? I can assure you that having money in your account and a little more control over your impulses brings tremendous well-being, as well-organized and manageable spaces. Number 14, put your well-being before your professional life as often as possible. Obviously, there are exceptions when your responsibilities require you to take a few minutes out of your sleep, time to reply to an important email, for example, and that's okay, as long as you distinguish between work and who you are. You don't reduce yourself to what you do for a living and what you earn. 15, find an activity that allows you to meditate. If the lotus position isn't the cup of your tea, find something else. You need to be able to feel right with yourself and in the moment. Take a drive in the windows down and loud music. Dance your room every day, or get started in a painting. Plan a time slot to tackle it. 16, learn to turn your everyday task into therapeutic practices. Wash yourself, for example, since you have to do it no matter what. Daily contact with hot water, the act of cleaning yourself, and relaxing effect of a good shower or a long bath after a day's work is an ideal practice for reducing your nervousness. Light a candle, put on some music, and pour in bath salts. Take a meditative approach during these rituals and focus on the idea of liberation and purification. 17, start writing a notebook. In other words, a compilation of quotes, ideas, and excerpts from books that inspire you and make you think, or that you will compile in the same notebook. In order to find them easily with you, you need to create inspiration, healing, relationships, or works. Headings to keep track of little things that you come across every day that are inspiring. 18, keep a journal without strict rules, and don't worry if you tell your life in it. Just like the notebook, write down all the ideas, relations, and observations you have day in and day out. Dive into your journal once in a while and think about the things that are really calling for you. They will give you an idea of what you should be doing less and more of your life. 19, only pay for your purchases in cash. It is difficult at first, but once this habit is established, wonders why we proceed differently on them. This tip will allow you to know what you're spending and realize that the little things add up really quickly. Help stay within your budget and completely erases the fear of, if I buy this, will I still have enough money to pay for my rent, which should never be a fear. Being positive and living happily is also a matter of attitude. Our brains allow us to better assess events and generally provide us with the tools and take advantage of any situation. It only remains, in fact, to marry all these elements to fully enjoy what life brings up. And if something goes wrong, a flat tire, for example, ask yourself, how important will it be in 1, 5, or 10 years? You may smile despite that flat tire. This wraps up today's video. I hope I helped enrich your knowledge. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about these 19 tips and what would you add to it. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, sub button, bell button. Have a great day. Take care of your pockets and loved ones. I will see you in the next one.